What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Doubted. My name's Christian Montuano, and today I'm here with Adriel Cantave, class of 2028 from Boston, Massachusetts. Adriel, welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you for having me.
How's everything going, man? Know you're starting your freshman year over at St. George's School. How's everything been over there?
It's great. It's great. Staying on top of my work. Also, working out. Like always, like pretty much living in the gym and at school at the same time. Really.
Awesome, awesome. I know Boston, Massachusetts. I guess like what was it like growing up there? What do you say?
So, for where I'm from, like there's different parts. I'm like near the Cape. Like it's really like far off. So it's like real country. Like I grew up bunch of land. It's really like in the middle of nowhere. It's a bunch of farmland. I had open land. I didn't really have neighbors. I lived next to my grandparents. So I would really spend most of my time with them and also my family, and I had a really close connection with them, of course. There's a gym down the street, and always just went there. Usually, I didn't really go down the block to hang out with anybody. Usually, just to the in the gym or with my family.
What was the beginning, I guess, of your basketball journey? Obviously, you're still in the beginning stages of your
Yeah,
basketball journey, but what was the start for you?
like pretty much ever since I was born, I had a basketball in my hands like as long as I can remember. As soon as I came out the womb, I was playing basketball. My mom and dad they put a ball in my hands as like one. I started playing in like little rec leagues at like 4, 5, and ever since then I've just been playing. It's been like my passion ever since I was young, watching cartoon shows about it, movies, always watching games. I was just really interested in it. Like NBA and stuff like that inspired me, so that's why I still play. It's my favorite sport. I love it.
You play any other sports? Do you play any other sports?
I played soccer and I used to play football, but now it's just really just basketball.
What position were you in football?
In football, I played running back, cornerback, and I was wide receiver sometimes.
Okay, okay. Do you think that helped you on the basketball court at all?
I don't know because
Yeah.
like sometimes I would just be running so fast because I didn't want to get hit. That was in the beginning stages when I first started playing, but like towards the end, like I was just like I I didn't even know like basketball was just like another thing for me. I didn't really look at it like that.
Okay. Yeah, so you mentioned, growing up you lived right next to your grandparents. How much of a role have they played in kind of just not just your basketball journey, but in your life in general?
Like probably one of the second biggest of my parents, but really big part because I was always with my grandpa. I was always over the house, and my grandpa he owns cranberry box, so he's out there working like just no machines, no stuff like that, just like straight hands and
Okay.
like just mental teaching me mental toughness. I was like out there working with him since I was like 3, 4. Like I was just out there, and ever since then, I was always helping him out with the stuff cranberries and stuff. And it was like he played a big role in like my mental toughness and like just like being able to handle like the physical part of like working and stuff like that. And it brought it over to basketball also because my coach yelling all the time and I'm just like able to take
Yeah.
it from you know so they played a really big role.
Hardworking family. Hardworking family. That's great. I feel like that's a good transition into, I guess, your basketball journey. You touched on you mentioned like how your coach, yelling or just tough love from your coach, how you're able to take that because of the mental toughness that you've developed over the years. In what other ways has that mental toughness, helped you on the basketball court?
In tough moments where turnovers after turnovers or missed shots after missed shots, just like staying in the game. Like I might get subbed out or like just get benched. But every time I go back in, it's something that's gonna happen because I know how to get back from it. It's not gonna like carry on to like the next week or the next game. Like right after that happens, just write out my head and just focus on to the next play.
Right, right. I saw over the summer. I wasn't there. I wasn't there, but you hit a clutch buzzer beater from full court at one of the made hoops events. Now, I mean, that's a crazy shot, you know? That's wild. But even besides that, like I feel just from seeing you play and also seeing like highlights and things like that, you're always doing what you got to do to win, and you seem to get clutch buckets down the stretch. So I mean that's definitely super important. Just having that mental toughness. Is there anybody besides your grandfather, your father, you know, parents, grandparents? Is there anyone else like basketball? Is there any basketball player you look at in terms of their mental toughness and try and take things from their mindset, from their game?
I mean, not that I can think of. I mean, there's players in the NBA that I've definitely see. Like one of the people that I watch, Jalen Brunson. There's like videos of him when he was young, and it kind of reminds me of how I am with my dad when I was young and still now. And
Mhm.
Bradley Beal also. Bradley Beal has that mindset, and it's really them. And I watch highlights, but there's not like a lot of clips of their mindset. But it's mostly like Jalen Brunson, Chris Paul, and Bradley Beal also.
So over the summer, you know, you played with Expressions Elite. You had the chance, had the opportunity to go down to Augusta, Georgia for the Junior EYBL Championships. That's Augusta, Georgia. That's the grassroots basketball capital in the month of July. So, what was that experience like going down there and being able to play in the Junior EYBL Championships?
It was a great experience, because I was there last year, but it like wasn't the same because I was in the B
Mhm.
division. But this year it was cool. I got to see teams from the other side of the country,
Mhm.
teams that I didn't even see like in the sessions from the East Coast, and it was just cool seeing all the teams together. All the talent, and playing against teams that we like never played before.
Right. Is there any game in particular that sticks out to you from that tournament?
Yeah, when we played Vegas Elite,
Okay.
we it was one of those games where it was just back and forth for a while. It came down, and like at halftime I was out of it. Like it was one of like I couldn't do nothing. I had turnovers. My coach took me out. I was getting mad on the bench, but at halftime, breathed, took my time, and then we came back out and we was on fire. I hit like four threes, and then one of the threes it was like winding down the clock like a fadeaway in the corner, knocked it down, and everybody was going crazy, and that just like built up the momentum, and then came down to a buzzer beater, and my teammate hit it, and everybody was going crazy, and that was like one of the games that really stuck out for us.
It's such a long event. I know you weren't there for the entire week, but I know just those games it could get pretty tiring, especially in those tournaments where you make it into the later games and you get far in, you know, just keeping that strong mindset and being patient and understanding what the end goal is, winning it all. So was that difficult at all? Just kind of I guess staying focused throughout that tournament?
Yeah, I feel like staying focused. I mean, our team practices pretty much like every day. So, our coach has us in the gym, and I feel like everybody was mentally ready. But, the physical part, like, we can't control that. People getting injuries and stuff. So, I mean, that was the only downfall. So, but mentally, we were straight.
Right. Describe your game for us. You know, lefty, you know,
Yeah.
you can shoot the ball really well, but like just describe for the people that haven't seen you play, describe your game for us.
Big lefty. I always have
Yeah.
that lefty, size of package. A lot of lefties have that, but mine in particular is pretty solid. Shifty. I can get to the bucket, mid range, like 3 level scorer. I'm above the rim now. I'm dunking now, so
Yeah, I see
yeah,
the
that's good.
clips.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then, I'm just a bucket, and I also have really high IQ. I feel like I feel for the game is really well.
that's awesome. You mentioned Bradley Beal as a guy you see his mindset or you kind of have seen clips or he's somebody that you look up to that aspect. Is there any other player that you would say like you model your game after?
I mean, Jalen Brunson and also Shea Gilgeous Alexander. He's somebody that I like to model my game after also.
Okay. Uh, what would you say stands out about Jalen Brunson's game? What do you like about him?
I like his pace. He's also lefty too, so that helps. The pace, he's like a small guard, he's like my height. So I mean, he gets into the paint. He has control over his teammates. He's a leader. He hits shots. He's consistent. He can get to the hoop, and he's just like one of those guys where like he's gonna make your team good.
Very clutch player. And I like what you said about pace too. He doesn't seem ever
Yeah,
rushed, or he plays at his speed, and kind of forces the defense to play at his speed, at his pace. I think Luka's very good at that as well. So I like that
Lucas.
that aspect for sure. So back to expressions, like your teammates that you played with this summer and your time with that program. Are you going to be like you're heading into your freshman year of high school? Are you going to be playing any of your teammates, your expressions teammates during the high school season?
Maybe one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, because the rest of them some of them are still at public school, and then a little of them are at prep school, but I don't. They're not in the same class as us.
Gotcha. So St. George's School talked a little bit about, like you mentioned, just how things have been over there. What is your mindset going into your freshman year, heading into your first season?
My mindset is just whenever I get on the floor, make the most of it. I gotta knock down shots, play defense, 94 feet, like just doing whatever I can while I'm on the floor. I'm gonna have to battle for minutes. Um, yeah, that's what I'm really trying to do is just get on the floor, make the most of it. Steals, buckets. Yeah, and defense is a big part of it too, because when you get steals, fast breaks, layups, movement. Our coach is big on ball movement and moving around, make sure you at the right space. And, it creates plays for other people too. So that's what I'm going for.
Sure. So your high school career just started. When did you start school, by the way? When was first day around?
I started September 3rd was the first day, I believe.
Okay. So not even a month into high school
Yeah.
yet, but is there anything that you're setting out to accomplish during your high school career? Anything you have in mind that you want to do?
I haven't really looked into it yet, because
Yeah,
school and stuff, basketball.
right.
But I think there's a bunch of accomplishments. I mean, 1,000 points score, but that's like, I mean, everybody really wants that. That's something I'm looking towards, and
Yeah.
you know,
Focused on the present moment.
yeah, I'm trying to focus on this year. See what I can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I like that. So not just Massachusetts, but just New England region as a whole. Feel like basketball is very important. Just not just on the professional level with the Boston Celtics, one of the premier like top franchises in the NBA, but just even high school basketball is huge, and you got UConn up in the region as well. Just legendary hoopers from Massachusetts, Terrence Clark, Kyle Filipowski. I know it's a different state, but Brewster Academy has had players like Donovan Mitchell, Jalen McHugh. Just the entire region seems like it's very, very big on basketball. So even growing up, what has it been like playing in basketball in that region?
yeah. So growing up, I've been with expressions pretty much my whole life. So I've seen all the good players. They used to come to my games. Everybody, it's like the that organization's really well. Everybody comes to support each other in the games. It's always good vibes with everybody. So I mean, I've seen like most of the players play. I mean, I've been in the same gym with them for most of my time. So I've seen it. I've seen them working. I've seen everybody putting in the same work, and I've been seeing the outcomes also. So yeah, that's really what I'm thinking about it.
For sure. And the Expressions program down at Peach Jam, I saw them play. Feel like that program, it's a program that you go see them play, and you have other age groups coming
Yeah,
to watch. It's not just the parents, like the younger kids, even if it's you playing, some of the older guys might come. It seems like a very family oriented program and one that everybody wants to see you succeed. So, what are some things you said you've watched some of those older guys play before? Like, what are some things that you've took away from, I guess, a specific player or just watching the players that have come through the Expressions program? What are some things you've picked up on?
You know, talking, a lot of talking, especially 17U. Everybody's talking. Defense, offense, during the timeouts, everybody's really vocal. And, just making sure everybody's keeping their heads up. Adriel does a really well job of that, as the point guard for 17, is just making sure everybody's heads up and, like making sure everything's going smooth. And especially 16s too. Jalen Coleman, I used to play with him, so I've been there since day one with him. So him too, he's also there. And the 15s, my guy Justin and Reese and JoJo, they're some of the leaders on that team too.
Right. You stay in contact with any of those guys? Like you kind of pick their brains. Do you work out with them at all?
I mean, whenever they're in the gym, I'm usually in the gym also. So whenever they're in the gym, I'm usually there. But I don't really have like certain times I work out with them because I'm at school and stuff. So
Right. Yeah, I think that's important for sure. Just having those guards ahead of you that they're doing their thing and you're able to pick up on what they're doing and just become a better player yourself, just learning from those older guys. So that's awesome. How has it been with your new teammates over at St. George so far?
yeah, it's been good. Everybody's positive to each other. We all work hard. We all do the same workout. So everybody's in the gym at the same time. During runs, everybody's putting full effort. Everybody's getting up and down the floor, talking like just how it would be like in a regular game.
What is the roster? Is it mostly older guys? Like what's the roster looking like in terms
Uh,
of graduating class?
I think 4 seniors this year. We have 2 juniors. We have 2 sophomores, and then me. And there's a couple other guys I think I'm missing, but that's just off the top of my head that I know.
Awesome. Well, I think that'll be great just for you coming into the school, learning from the older guys, learning, I guess, the culture of the program and being able to pick their brains. I think that will help you a lot. So, Adriel, appreciate you coming on, man. Appreciate your time. I know you're super busy, always in the gym working and studying and all that. Just keep doing your thing, man. And I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching this episode of Doubted. If you enjoyed the conversation with Adriel, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more podcast episodes. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you on the next one.